You've heard about Spark.
And you've probably heard about CLI, or the Centralia Leaders Internship. If you have a high school graduate or soon to be high school graduate, this video is for you if you have some questions.
The Centralia Leaders Internship was born out of our times of prayer during this pandemic as a church team. And one of the things that really stood out to us is the lack of opportunities for young adults to be a part of community and grow in their relationship with God. So we started praying about how we can step into that space, and that's where the Centralia Leaders Internship came from. It's an opportunity for young adults in our community to engage in some amazing community and excellent biblical experience.
Yeah, we want to offer you two invitations. We want to invite you into being part of community and into being part of change. We have a lot of big dreams for Centralia, Chehalis, and Lewis County, and the world, and we're starting right here, right now. So this is our option, our new option for young adults who are local to have conversations and engage with each other, having conversations about what the Bible says and what they're being taught, and be able to engage in those conversations.
The Centralia Leaders Internship is being run by myself, Kaya Gutierrez. I'm the Children's Ministry Director at Centralia Community Church of God,
and Erin. I am the Director of Interns at Centralia Community Church of God.
And those we're working together with some national leaders who have experience with youth for many years and curriculums that have been proven to work, and we're taking all of that information together and customizing it for Centralia and for our community.
Yeah, we're focusing in on the things that we've learned and the things that we've gone to other places to learn, and we want to offer that here and now. Just this morning I was having a conversation with a high school graduate who was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to stay in Centralia. And I was like, I was in the same boat.
But you do. I think that one of the strengths that we bring to this program as leaders is that we've both grown up locally in the community, and we both have gone out of the community and seen other areas. So we know what Centralia uniquely has to offer, and we're very excited about encouraging young adults to see that in their community as well.
We are looking forward to inviting you into the space for community. In my experience, most of the best conversations either happen late at night in a car or around a table with food. And we don't want to be late at night in the car. So we are going to invite you around the table. We're going to invite the interns into meals with each other and with us, and being able to have conversations, being able to both laugh and have the lighthearted jokes when somebody accidentally eats wrong, or having the conversations that are more deep and have more depth and more meat to them. We want to create a space to have the conversations that are difficult, to have the space to ask questions, and to also seek out answers.
Yeah, and as a part of that community time, as a part of gathering around the table, they're going to be working through this custom designed curriculum that answers the questions, who is God, who am I, and what am I going to do with God in the world? So through this program, they're going to be able to find really solid answers to those questions for themselves that are very personal to their life story and God's calling on their life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The first way we're inviting you to be a part of change is through community. That is going to be the first thing that we do. But out of that community, we would like you to be a part of change by impacting the families at CCCOG. So interns with the Centralia Leaders Internship will be serving in the Children's Ministry program as Sunday morning leaders and just in other activities that involve children. The reason that we have asked and invited these interns to work with that demographic, children between the ages of 4 and 12, is because that is the target window for when a child is most likely to accept Christ. It's also one of the most under-evangelized groups in the world. And in the United States especially, where we do have a sort of downplay on the bigness of God and on spirituality, even more so, this is kind of like, there's a sort of spiritual poverty in this age group. So we're going to be empowering our interns to engage intentionally in supporting families by walking with their children in intentional ways, using concepts like attachment theory and answering big questions like who am I, who is God, and how can I partner with God in the world at the children's level. So they're going to be taking what they're learning in their community and applying it to these children, and hopefully creating some momentum where the families that participate in our church are encouraged, and that encouragement leaks out into our community and starts creating social change.
This is not a program that's going to give you a piece of paper that tells you that you are qualified for a position. It's not going to give you a degree or
Make you a pastor.
But this is going to be a life change and the opportunity to answer big questions for yourself. Figure out your faith for yourself. Both Kaya and I have YWAM backgrounds, Youth with a Mission. So we both traveled to different countries and spent time learning about who God is and then taking the time to make him known and share that with people around the world. And so we're bringing that back here. And then we also get to do that with the form curriculum that has been going on throughout this church for a few years. We will be adapting some of those pieces into this year, into this program, into this internship, because that has provided a lot of opportunity to, again, ask big questions, to take the time to ask questions and be able to try and find answers and have people to ask the questions to.
Yeah, what we've started enjoying saying is we're not going to try and teach you theology. We're going to try and teach you to have a relationship with God where you can ask big questions. So we're going to read the Bible, and I'm expecting people to get different things when they read the Bible because that's where denominations came from, and that's okay. This is just about having conversation, and if your questions are increasing your relationship with God and with others, that's what we want. So that's what we will be pursuing during this program.
This internship does not cost money. We want to invite you into this.
It's free!
Most of the time you would go to somewhere else, whether you're part of YWAM or you're part of something else, and you pay to go and get this training. We want to ask you to come and trust us with a year, and we want to pour into you because we believe in it that much.
Yeah.
So, we actually believe in it enough to offer this to you for free.
And we value your time. We've been putting a lot of work into making sure that this is a good investment of a year of your child or your student's life. And we have gone on experiences like this, and we're still reaping the benefits of taking this time, this 1 year, to go through the content that we're going to be presenting in this program. So it's worth your time. It does cost time, but monetarily it's free. Both Erin and I are actually full-time students. So yes, you can do the Centralia Leaders Internship while going to school. We've been working hard to make this program flexible enough to fit into your life as you're pursuing other goals. We think the Centralia Leaders Internship will fit really well into you pursuing other dreams that God has already put on your heart, whether that's through an academic program or working. So we've worked really hard to make it accessible to you time-wise and that you can still do other things during the year. If your school is a commutable distance from Centralia or you're going to school online, it can be a great fit.
Spark is the CLI taster. So we have basically taken our hopes, dreams, and goals for the year, for the internship as a whole, and boiled it down into 1 day.
1 day.
No pressure. We want to invite you to come and join us for a meal around the table. We will have breakfast and lunch provided. We will have s'mores at the end of the day. We'll have opportunity for worship and to hear from both Kaya and myself and a few others as we are inviting you into community and change.
So Spark is our opportunity to introduce you to what we mean by community. We won't be really tackling any children's ministry during this portion of the program, but because it's really foundational that you have that community first. And we want to pour into you first before you start pouring out. And so Spark is going to be your opportunity to see if this is a community you want to be a part of. Spark is free, and it will be on June 26th from 9 a.m. to approximately 4:30 p.m. If you stay for s'mores at the end, it could go a little longer. But we're just very excited. We have a team that's been working very hard and praying into the people who are going to be here. We believe there's going to be some divine appointments, and that if you come on that day, even if you don't end up doing the Centralia Leaders Internship, your life will be changed for the better. So we encourage you to come, take the day, spend some time with God. We really feel like Spark is supposed to be a refreshing time. We've been through a lot in this last year together, and a lot of dreams could have been dampened, our hopes could be discouraged. And so we want you to be encouraged at Spark. We want you to be reignited into your passions and your dreams, and that looks different for everyone. So it's going to be content that caters towards young adults who are in a season of transition, but parents are welcome to attend as well. Just really anyone who needs that inspiration can come.
Absolutely. Yeah, so June 26th, we'll see you there.
Yeah. For more information and updates, you can visit cccog.com/Spark. Spark for information and updates on the Spark event, or you can go to cccog.com/CLI, and that's a lowercase CLI, for any updates and information on the internship. Also important to know, at Spark, we are going to be hosting a live Q&A with some of the main leaders of the Centralia Leaders Internship. So if you had a question that we didn't answer here, we encourage you to come, ask your question. It's so helpful for us to hear what your questions are so that we can work those into the development of this new and emerging community young adults program thing. Point is, it's evolving and your input is really important. So we super encourage you to come, ask questions, meet us, get a taste of what we've been dreaming about, praying about. We're very excited.